Hello, I'm Catherine Soul, and I'm the Assistant Vice Provost of UC Cooperative Extension. I'm also a member of the UC A&R LGBTQ+ Employee Resource Group. Monday, October 11th is National Coming Out Day. Some of our colleagues have made videos of their coming out stories to share with you today. We hope that making this video will help increase awareness and also make A&R an even more welcoming place to work.
For me, it was back in 1979, 1980. I was actually a little bit of a late bloomer in that I didn't really think about being homosexual or that was even really much of an option. During high school, it was when I went to college and started getting exposed to that. Plus, actually started thinking about dating at that point. I had been so busy with work and 4-H and sports and actually getting into college that that just wasn't something I thought about a lot going in. But it was a really interesting time to be coming out. Once I realized I was gay and that was an option and something that I felt deeply, I did tell my mother right away. She was extremely supportive. I was very lucky. My father and I had to work on it for a few years.
And eventually I came out to family members. For me, coming out was a process, though. I've come out multiple times under different labels and umbrella terms. I never really liked labels back in the 80s and 90s, and there wasn't necessarily a language to determine who or what I was. Assigned female at birth. This is really hard.
I was nervous for sure to tell my family. My parents were awesome, and my brother and sister were awesome. The hardest part was just the stories I was telling myself in my head about what might happen. They were wonderful. They are wonderful.
I was at my mom's house in her living room with my brother and sisters. My brother had gone into my room, and when he came back to the living room, he asked me, "Hey, Junior, at that time I was a big fan of David Beckham for obvious reasons, but my brother asked me, hey, why do you have, shirtless pictures of David Beckham?" And, I was when he asked me that, I thought, well, I'm found out, so I might as well came out. So I told him, you already know why I have that. And he's like, what are you talking about? And that's when I told him in front of my sisters that I was gay. And they were speechless. They were shocked, which shocked me because I kind of thought that they knew that I was gay, but they didn't. My brother left abruptly because he was so shocked by the news. My sisters and I went into my room, and we just had a heart-to-heart conversation about me being gay. And it felt liberating, but before that, it was scary.
It was a series of preventing trauma to happening to myself. So I came out so I wouldn't be traumatized anymore. But then over multiple years, it was a process. I never accepted myself. Most of the people I grew up with didn't accept me either. So I had to find who I was on my own.
It was challenging for me at first to feel that A&R was a safe place to come out. And so coming out here was probably the most difficult place for me to come out than any other place in my personal life.
Still a lot of homophobia. I've experienced a lot of homophobia. I'm used to hearing, when I was younger, hearing a lot of negative connotations towards gay people. So that's kind of what my first experience was with being gay, was just a lot of negative connotations, emotions, and feelings.
Nevertheless, despite that fear, I think it's important to come out, to claim your authentic self. It's a huge weight off your shoulders. It does allow you to start building your adult relationships with people who do love and care for you, not for some false persona you're putting on.
And I want them to know is because it is so much more fulfilling to be my authentic self and to live this life I'm much happier.
Thanks for joining us today.